you ever wondered how the Priestley Forsyth Memorial Library came to be? The library is located in Northumberland, Pennsylvania, near the Susquehanna River. The original portion of what is now the Priestley Forsyth Memorial Library was constructed between 1814 and 1828 as a two-story home. Historical evidence suggests the middle section of the building was the original construction. However, some believe it was built last in order to connect two freestanding homes that would now be considered the front and back of the library. The building functioned as the Cross Keys Inn from 1829 until 1864. Theodore Burr ran the inn, which later became known as the Central Hall Hotel. Because of its proximity to the Danville Highway, the railroad, and the river lines, the inn served many purposes than simply for boarding. Inns like the Cross Keys operated as taverns for gathering passengers, as collection sites for transported goods, and as meeting places for hungry, thirsty, and tired travelers, drivers, and even horses. Stagecoach drivers slept for discounted rate in huddled semicircles around the 12 fireplaces, while other travelers stayed in one of the inn's 5 large guest rooms. The local community probably used the inn's large front room as a bar and meeting room to share news and read announcements for public sales facilitated by traveling merchants.
Since illiteracy was common during this time, the inn had no address or lettered sign to identify the building to passerbyers. Instead, the image of Cross Keys stood out as a sort of logo on a large sign outside, making the inn's name very easy to remember. This makeshift marketing technique proved to be very successful. The inn was renowned for its good food and fine lodgings, which attracted customers from great distances. The building is typical of 3-story Pennsylvania taverns of the Federal period, but showcases many eclectic architectural accents added through the years. The brickwork remains in its original Flemish bond pattern, while the first floor comprises more modern features from fireplace mantel and molding renovations in the mid-1800s.
In 1864, Joseph Priestley MD, a great-grandson of the Reverend Dr. Joseph Priestley, purchased the inn and remodeled it into a residence for his wife, Hannah H. Taggart, and their 4 daughters, Hannah Priestley, Caitlin Milliken, Frances Priestley Forsyth, Sarah Ann Annie Priestley, and Jean Biddle Priestley. Dr. Priestley was born September 22, 1819, in Point Township, Northumberland County, where his family had been established since 1794, when his great-grandfather, Joseph Priestley, settled here from England. Dr. Priestley, the owner of the property, attended a local private school, read medicine in nearby Milton, and was graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in 1844. He practiced medicine in Northumberland for 40 years and was considered to be one of the foremost physicians in the region. Dr. Priestley attached a medical office to the west side of the building and practiced there until his death in 1883. The medical office attachment was later moved and used as a schoolhouse on 2 Street. Jean and Annie, to whom the house was willed, continued to live in the house while they served as active members of their community and taught music in the front parlor. When Jean and Annie passed away in 1919 and 1923, respectively, Frances Priestley Forsyth became the only surviving daughter. She and her sister-in-law, Mary Forsyth Herr, endowed a library in 1922 in memory of their families. Then, in 1926, they donated the Priestley home to become the Priestley Forsyth Memorial Library.
Shortly after the endowment, renovation took place to prepare the structure. It was the founders' intention to make the Priestley Forsyth Memorial Library one of the most beautiful libraries in the country. Miss Jessie Wilson was the first librarian. She oversaw the library's growth to 5,000 books in just 2 years. In 1930, the bookshelves that lined the walls of the main floor were installed, and the bronze lanterns manufactured by Tiffany Studios of New York were added to the front door. More recent renovations started in 1956, beginning with the first 2 floors. In 1963, what used to be an apartment became the current computer lab and staff area. In 1968, the front room was carpeted, and in 1980, the building's exterior was sanded down to its present-day natural brick facade. In 1981, the building was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The Priestley Forsyth Memorial Library is located in Northumberland's historic district and is registered in the National Registry of Historic Places.
Now the library has become a pillar of the community in helping create strong leaders and educate generations. The library has become a hub for learning, fun, teaching, princess visits, Sith Lord visits, NASA visits, ghost hunters, celebrations, and programs. We have books, movies, and programs for all ages. It's thanks to the community of Northumberland for supporting us and allowing us to do what we do. Stop on by and see us anytime.